All right, so moving on to the final segment, I'll be sharing my NBA All-Star Weekend predictions. So, NBA All-Star Weekend is approaching. This weekend will be NBA All-Star Weekend in the NBA. So, I'll be sharing my NBA All-Star Weekend predictions. So, we're going to start off with the first event, which will be the celebrity game. We're going to see two co-hosts go against two analysts, two co-hosts that share the same platform of First Take. We're going to see Shannon Sharpe taking on Stephen A. Smith. These two guys, these two friends are going to be going against each other in the celebrity game, coaching against each other. I do believe that Shannon Sharpe is going to have Peyton Manning on the sidelines as an assistant coach with him. And I do believe that Stephen A. Smith has selected Lil Wayne to be his assistant coach. So this is going to be interesting for a celebrity basketball game. But going over the rosters, I just actually went over the rosters today. But going over the rosters for the celebrity game, we're going to look at Shannon Sharpe's team first. Team Shannon Sharpe is going to have Annual AA. That's an artist. Kai Cenat, the streamer. They're going to have Connor Daly, IndyCar Series racer. I don't really follow NASCAR or any racing. So Walker Hayes, the artist. You're going to have Quincy Isaiah, the actor. You're going to have Joel Lloyd, the Seattle Storm guard. We're going to have my boy Micah Parsons, linebacker, edge rusher for the Dallas Cowboys. You have Lily Singh, the entertainer, CR, the artist, Dillian Wang as the actor. And then on Team Stephen A. Smith's team, you got Adam Blackstone, the musician, Natasha Cloud, the Phoenix Mercy guard. You got Jennifer Hudson, the artist. You got Tristan Jass, content creator. You got AJ McLean, that's an artist. You got Kahim. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I'm going to say that respectfully, but he's a chef. What the hell? I didn't even see this. Meta World Peace, the ex-NBA player. I had no idea he was playing in this event. I'm going to get to that in a second. Jack Ryan, basketball entertainer. CJ Stroud, quarterback for the Houston Texans. And Gwen Marco. Tembury, Olympic high jumper. Some of these people I've never heard of, and this is my first time announcing their names. So if I got their names wrong, I do apologize. But, looking at these rosters, I'm going to go with Stephen A. Smith's team to win the celebrity basketball team. Looking at these rosters, I just like Stephen A. Smith's roster more than Shannon Sharpe's roster. And I trust Stephen A. Smith's team to win more than Shannon Sharpe's roster to win. I do believe that Stephen A. Smith's roster is more loaded with talent, more athletes like Natasha Cloud playing for the Mercies. And at WNBA, you have CJ Stroud, quarterback for the Houston Texans. I see some high jumpers on this roster. I do not believe it's really fair to have a former NBA champion, Meta World Peace, playing in the NBA celebrity game. I don't care how long he hasn't played in the NBA. The man is an NBA world champion and has played with a lot of Laker greats like Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and several others. So I don't think it's really fair, but I do believe that Stephen A. Smith's team is going to win the celebrity game. If I want to be bold and have a celebrity MVP this year, I like CJ Stroud winning the award. He's very athletic. He has that weird NFL warm-up if you guys follow CJ Stroud in the National Football League. He warms up with a basketball on turf. I've never seen anything like this from football players. So let's see how his basketball skills duplicate on the court for this celebrity basketball game. But moving on to the next event, we're going to have the NBA three-point contest. So I do believe that the NBA three-point contest has, over the years, been more exciting than the NBA dunk contest. We're going to see if this year is the case. But the NBA three-point contest, you're going to have Damian Lillard, who is the defending three-point champion from last year's NBA All-Star Weekend. You have Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, Tyrese Halliburton. You have Donovan Mitchell. You have Karl Anthony Towns. You have Malik Beasley. You have Lauri Markkanen. There's a lot of talented players participating in this three-point contest. A lot of great shooters in the NBA participating in this. But this is tough. But this is anyone's game. But I'm going to go with Malik Beasley to win the three-point contest this year. And I think he's going to play spoiler to his teammate, Damian Lillard, of going back-to-back in the three-point contest this year. I like Malik Beasley winning the three-point contest award. Right now, Malik Beasley this year is actually shooting 45% from the three-point range in the NBA this season. So all the shooters are really great, talented three-point shooters, but I just trust Malik Beasley because he's a perfect for this event, for this three-point contest. Malik Beasley is one of those shot-up shooters. I should say spot-up shooters that's perfect for this event, and I do believe that the underdog Malik Beasley is going to win the three-point contest this year. I think the odds for him and for all sports bettors out there is really good for Malik Beasley to pull it out and win the NBA three-point contest this NBA All-Star weekend. And then the other three-point battle that we're going to see is between Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu in the three-point battle contest. Steph Curry will be shooting from the NBA three-point range with the NBA basketball. And then you have Sabrina who will be shooting from the WNBA range, shooting with WNBA basketballs. But in this contest, I do believe it's cool. I think the NBA should continue to have the NBA player and a WNBA player going up against each other. I think this is great for NBA All-Star Weekend to have an extra event out there for the fans. I think the fans in Indy are really going to enjoy this one. Give me Steph Curry to win this event. You can never bet against the greatest shooter in basketball history, whether it's a WNBA player, NBA player. If I see Steph Curry in a three-point contest, I'm taking him hands down. Give me Steph Curry to win this award, or win this challenge as well during the NBA All-Star Weekend. Then we move on to the dunk contest. So, the NBA dunk contest should be better than last year. I really have to say, Mac McClung really saved the event last year because if it wasn't for Mac McClung, I do believe that would have went down as one of the worst dunk contests in NBA history. But this year we have Jaylen Brown, star player for the Boston Celtics in here. We have Heat rookie Jamie Jaquez Jr. We have the defending champion Mac McClung. I always get tongue-tied when I say his name, but Mac McClung, as I get tongue-tied thinking about it. Currently a G League player. And then you have Jacob Toppin for the New York Knicks. All four players will be participating in the NBA dunk contest this year. I got to think about it. I'm going to go with Mac McClung to successfully go back-to-back in the NBA dunk contest. And I do have Mac McClung winning the NBA dunk contest this year and the NBA All-Star break weekend. I do believe that he is going to go back-to-back this year. This year, I truly believe that he earned himself a total of 3 50-point performances out of his 3 of 4 dunks last year by the judges' scorecards. I do believe that Mac McClung is going to put on a show and put on a performance during the NBA All-Star break this year. I think he's going to go head-to-head with Jamie Jaquez Jr. to go to possibly decide who's going to win the dunk contest this year. But Mac McClung had a tremendous dunk contest last year. I think he's going to go out there and truly defend his dunk contest really well and to give us memorable dunks all night long in the NBA dunk contest. I trust him to go back-to-back in the NBA dunk contest this year and NBA All-Star break. NBA All-Star weekend. But moving on to the final event, which will be the NBA Eastern Conference versus Western Conference game. This is my take on this. I feel like the NBA should have kept it how it was when you have the 2 top voted for players deciding their teams and playing like it's backyard, having a pickup game on the basketball court. You're picking one by one the best players available. I thought that format was really cool, and I don't know why Adam Silver leaned off from that format, from that content of giving us that for NBA All-Star Weekend. I truly believe that this was going to be better than going back to the Eastern versus Western Conference. And it was pretty, obviously, it's not going to be a full-on sprint or a full-on competitive game throughout the whole entire game. It's meant for the players to have fun. It's meant for us fans to see some flashy plays, some flashy dunks, some spot-on shots across from half court, mid-range, you name it. We're supposed to have fun watching this, but I don't know. East versus West, I feel like we've been there. We've done that in the NBA All-Star Weekend. Let's move on to something else. If you're going to go back to East versus West, I truly believe you need to let the players, let's throw it back to the late 90s, early 2000s, was you let the players actually wear their actual uniforms instead of wearing a red and blue jerseys for NBA All-Star Weekend. I think let's just throw it back to how you did it in the late 90s, early 2000s. We're going to go back to East versus West. But this is my take on this also. If you're not going to let the two most voted for players pick their teams for NBA All-Star Weekend, and you're not going to go, and you're going to go back to having an East versus West format, let's throw both of those ideas away. And let's have fun. Let's do a World versus USA NBA All-Star game for the finale of NBA All-Star Weekend from now on. I mean, can you imagine a World versus USA game? Team World, they would have guys like Giannis, Embiid, Luka, Jokic. You name it, that team would be stacked. And then Team USA, you have LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard. I mean, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, that would be fun. That would truly be fun to see a World versus USA format for next year's NBA All-Star Weekend instead of getting an East versus West format. Once again, we've been there, we've done that, we've seen it several times. I don't want to see players wearing red and blue like Power Rangers running up and down the basketball court. Adam Silver, let's give us something new. And I think that would be a fun format for NBA All-Star Weekend to have as the main event of NBA All-Star Weekend for next year. So I hope Adam Silver has that in mind. But going back to the East versus West matchup, this is going to be a rough game for the Eastern Conference. I'm going to go with the West to win this. With Joel Embiid being out of NBA All-Star Weekend, I think it just hurts their chances of winning this event. The West is loaded with LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jokic. Their roster is way more stacked than the Eastern Conference with players like Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker. The West should win this game very comfortably. I understand they're going to have fun out there and they're not really going to be playing defense, but the West, hands down, should win this game. If I'm going for an NBA All-Star MVP, my money would be on Luka Doncic doing that this year as well. I think he's going to be the MVP of the East versus West playoff game. The East versus West All-Star game. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.